Hello, hey, g'day guys, it's Steph Campanella and I'm back inside the Advice2Go for Aussie Tradies free Facebook group to dig into the 5 things that you need to do to win more jobs. Now, I will just hit the good old refresh button and make sure that we are 100% live. And if you're here and already viewing, then please give us a thumbs up or comment or let me know that you're right here, and just that way we can make sure that there's no technical difficulties. So we're good. If you haven't met me before, I'm Steph Campanella, and the awesome team at Advice2Go for Aussie Tradies have kindly invited me in so that I can give you guys some quick little marketing hacks and tricks so that you can go away and grow your business. So today I'm seeing some thumbs up, which is awesome. So g'day, hello, James Wilson there is watching. Hello, James. Awesome, so glad to have you here. So what we'll do is we'll dive in because, of course, time is the most essential part of anyone running a business. Hello, Steph. Hey, Sylvie. Hello, Gabby. Hello. All right, sweet. Well, let's jump straight in to the slides. So first things first. So you're in the right place right now. You're in the right community, and you're here to get some advice. If you're struggling to attract the right kind of work, or you can't seem to win the jobs that you really want, you feel like you're constantly being negotiated with on price. Yeah, so constantly throughout the client conversation, there's always this nasty conversation around price. The last point there is that you actually do good work. Like, you're actually really good at what you do, but you just need some extra clients. All right, so what I've also done for today is all of my slides and all of the notes are all available right here. So tradiesgo.com.au/5 things. So at any moment, you can jump in and grab the freebie for yourself. So a little bit of a handy one. All right, so the 5 things that we're going to talk about today are applying. Make customers apply to work with you. So let's change the conversation. You as the business owner have the power, not the customer. I know there's an old saying about how the customer is always right, but the customer is... No, I'm not going to say the customer's not wrong. It's just that you have the power. You have the power of choice. That's why you started a business. So we should be setting up processes so that customers apply to work with awesome tradies like you. The next step here is automations. So we're going to talk automations and why we should be always considering, is this something that I'm doing on repeat? And how can I automate this in my business? Number 3 is feedback. Feedback sells. Feedback sells the next customer. Number 4 is ask. If we don't ask for the business, we're not going to get it. And number 5 is photos. All right, so number 1, let's dive straight in. Chris, hello, thumbs up, thank you. So number 1 is apply. So I'm going to go through these very high detailed. So if you've got any questions, of course, throw them into the chat and I'll make sure that I answer them at the end of this broadcast. And if you're here right now watching it live, let me know by commenting below with live. If you're here watching the replay, then just comment below with replay. And that way I know that you're here right now or you're watching later on. This is an awesome community and you should spend some time in here with all the other like-minded business owners. All right, so let's jump straight in. So the first point that I wanted to make was apply. So I guess when you're in business and you haven't got as many qualified leads as you like, you kind of feel like you have to take everybody on. But when we get really driven on a core type of customer that we want, and we have a clear pathway for that customer to come to us, then they really should be applying for you, the specialist, to do work with them, okay? So this is a screenshot from a tradesman's website that we manage. And what we've got here is our apply page. So all the leads should be funneling to this one page, or any phone calls or conversations that you're having, any emails that you're having, they should all funnel back up into an apply page. So what's an apply page? So first things first is we need a heading for this apply page. So we want to tell them what it is and where they are and why we're talking to each other. So on the here I've got, let's organize an inspection for your property. So they're applying to get an inspection on their property, or they're applying to go down the route of having a quote set up. So that's the heading. Obviously a subheading, a little bit more space. And this one is, please complete your details below and we'll book you in. So that's the subheading. So there's a heading to sort of stress, hey, this is why you're here. And then just a little bit of idea of, hey, this is what you got to do next. Okay, so then the form fields, all right? Now there is arguments on the fact that a contact page or an apply page, the less form fields you have on a form, the better, because there's more chances of it to get filled out. But actually, the more qualified the customer is to your business and the more information they give you up front, the better you can then see if that customer is even right for you. You can sort of walk through a bit of a checklist of, okay, is this customer in the right suburb? Are they looking for the right thing? You know, maybe there's a budget question there. Do you ask about their budget? And then you can quickly see those customers are wrong and those customers are right. When you've got leads flowing in naturally and at the right rate, they're coming in enough to run your business, then that's the time when you want to make sure you've got all the answers up front so that you can make sure you only work with the best customers. You're only matched with the ideal customer. You don't want to work with everybody. You want to be the specialist, okay? So in the fields there for the form, we've got full name, email address, phone number, the property address, and then tell us more about your property. So again, we're saying, you know, tell us about your home, tell us about your property, tell me more about this project. And that's just where they can kind of, you know, blurt out that, you know, my landscaping is a mess. My husband won't do it for me. I just want to get it done so that we can take a break and go out for lunch on Sunday. And you can go, right, that's why they want me to come. It's not about cutting the lawn. It's about taking the time to do this so that they can make time to spend with their family. And that's really what I'm selling here. So an apply page. So the handy tip on this one is what happens when someone fills out your form. You know, like, where are they going? What are they doing? How are they going to apply? All right, next item here is the automation. So I know, as running a business, every time I do something more than once, I get annoyed. So if I'm writing the same email every day in, day out, why isn't this automated? Why isn't that step just taken care of? So I want you to think that anytime, and I've got sort of down here on the left, anytime anyone fills out that form, there should be an automation. Like, there should be a next step that they can take that is automatically happening on your behalf. So for example, like, we're giving away I like the idea of applying instead of inquiring. Yeah, absolutely. Turn it on its head. So what we've got here is we're giving away a freebie, and that's just the screenshot that I've got here. But for the idea is that every time, and we actually did this for one of our customers that made a massive difference in his workload. We took one of his forms, which is his quotation apply form, and he would always get the form and he would write back, can I please get your plans? I need some certificates, and there was a couple of other things there that he needed. Instead of him manually emailing that every time he got an inquiry, we then turned it on its head. So the customer would fill out the form, they would then go into an automation, and then that automation via email would say, hey, thanks so much for contacting us. For us to quote this job correctly, I need you to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what that does is really allow that customer to then give more to the job, but also you're doing a really good job of starting a conversation and building rapport with customers because you're hitting the ball back over the fence. You know, they've hit a ball to you and they're saying, hey, I kind of want to work with you. I'm not sure yet, but I'm considering it. And then you've then come back knocked it straight back, and you've gone, hey, we can work with you. We're just going to need these few things and see if we're right for each other. So automations, especially in trade businesses, just something that is just not being discovered. So every time you do something on repeat, think about it and take a note and go, how can I make this an automation in my business? There is definitely software out there to get your time back in your pocket. So you just need to think, what is the automation that I'm going to run? So yeah, what repetitive messages could you turn into automations? That's my little crazy fact finder. Steph there. I hope you're enjoying the crazy facts. I thought I'd throw them in for today. Give us a thumbs up if you're loving it. Okay, feedback sells. This is item number 3. Item number 3, feedback sells. So at every point in time, you must be asking for feedback. Now, like I've just shown you a little, I'm pointing out a little widget here that we have on all of our websites that we produce, a Google rating. So this is a little widget. Widget's a tech term for, I don't know, a little element inside the website that shows that you're a 5-star business. So it's directly connected to your Google My Business or Google reviews, platform or software on the internet. We like to tie that into the website. So when someone's coming to your website, they see that you've got a 5-star rating or you've got 200 reviews or etc. If you're scratching your head about 200 reviews, you go, oh my God, how could I get that many reviews? I'm telling you, you can. Reviews are the thing. So you really must work on this element of your business. If I just go back a few steps, right? We're talking about how to win more jobs, right? And there's a very good point I've got in a little bit later. But sales is simply asking for the job, yeah? It's only 10%. Marketing is 90% of what you need to illustrate to a customer so that they can ask you how much it is and can we work together? So this feedback is something that will convince and help that customer realize that you are the specialist and that you are the one for them. Aaron has just jumped in. Can you pick and choose which reviews are shown on your website? Yes, absolutely. This awesome widget that we use, you can say that you only want to show the 3, 4, and 5-star reviews. Of course, if you are getting 1-star reviews, it's a sign. You need to maybe do something about that. All reviews should be taken, taken into consideration. But obviously the widget is there for a marketing tactic. And so we have the ability to show only 3 and 5 using that special widget. So yes, so customer feedback sells your next customer. So if you are not asking for feedback, then you must. It's super important. And this is just another screenshot of what the widget looks like. And yeah, this is inside the in the download. So so you should be asking for feedback, and you should be asking, putting it on your website. So ask customers for feedback more often and make sure it's on your website. This is another screenshot of some reviews that are in the wild up on the internet, some customers. And just what we're illustrating over here is where this element actually sits on the website. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a little low down. You obviously want to show what you do as quickly as possible. And then you want to show other customers that are super happy with what you've done, because that's going to convince that customer that you are the right person. Well, not convince, but show social proof. Hey, I am trustworthy. Believe me, all these other people have trusted me. You should totally work with me. So that's what this widget does. So I'm just sort of showing you in the wild what another example of this widget. I mean, if you just simply Google review widget, you will see all the available resources on the internet that you can very quickly load into your website. So there's a free tip for you. Another one. So my question here is gathering feedback a part of your process? So quite often when we start working with our tradesmen, they might have very little reviews. And I often say, have you got a script to collect reviews? When do you collect reviews? Oh, I don't get very many reviews. It's hard to get reviews. Anything is hard if we don't have a process for it. So I like to make sure that, and this is what I want you to take away, as soon as you finish the job, so say you're a maintenance plumber, you've just gone in, you've fixed the hot water, you're about to leave, you've invoiced, and you've got all that on your phone, and you've just done it. You can also ask for a review there on the spot. You can send them to your website. If you've got that little widget on, they can just click that and then write a review. It is actually pretty simple process for a customer to fulfill once it's all been set up. Okay. So yeah, quick learning there. When am I asking for reviews? Is it a part of my sales process? If I want to get to 200 reviews by the end of this quarter, big goal, what's it called? A big, hairy, audacious goal. There's like a BHAG, I think it's called, from a very awesome book. I think Vern Harnish it was. So what's your big goal for your business this month and this quarter? Maybe if it's for reviews, look at all your existing customers that you've worked with over the last 6 months. Have they all reviewed you? Are all your existing recurring customers, have they reviewed you? Okay. They are going to help sell you to your next customer. So very important that you have a review process in place. Point number 4 is ask. Okay. So if you're not asking for business more and more, like if you're not asking for the business, then you're not going to get the business. So what I have pointed out here is on our sales page on the website, right here, in one little page, in one little sort of section, you can see we've asked twice, and we've asked, are you right for us in 2 different ways? So see if you're the right fit. That's a button which goes to an application form. And again, just down below, we've got apply for a call. So see if you're the right fit is the first ask on the page. Apply for a call is the second ask on that page. So if you look at your website, how many times do you ask someone if we would like to do business together? So for example, if you're, again, like a plumber or electrician, do you ask, do they need a quote, an inspection? Do they need, is it 24/7? Do you need me to come out right now? Do you need help right now? You can put a chat widget on the website and, would you like to chat with us right now? If you can start engaging in a conversation faster, then just like Chris has said, ask and you shall receive. That is 100%. Even those, the voucher, like 0 call out fee, grab a voucher online on my website, that is simply an ask. Okay. Some people are in different buying patterns and they see that there's a 0 call out fee and they'll 100% book you. Then you win the job. And then you find that the job's much bigger than they expected. And of course, that's a really good, profitable job for you. Then fantastic. It was the voucher ask sequence that you put in place on your website, which is now closing that customer. So really important there. Let's go to the next slide. Now, this is again another photo of the ask in the wild, and on the left here, we've just illustrated where the ask is sitting. So again, it's sort of sitting at the bottom. I like to make sure that on all of your web pages, there is an ask. So even if it's just the About Us page, at the end of the conversation about how amazing you are and where you come from and what you believe and your values and all this sort of stuff, is there like an ask? Like, hey, can we come and inspect your property? So see all of our plumbing services and call now. So there's actually 2 options there. There is an option there to go, well, if this wasn't the content you were looking for, here's all the rest of the options. Or there's simply a call now, like, hey, just call me and we can talk about this. So again, the idea here is that you're getting a wave. So you're trying to wave at the customer online and you're trying to get them to wave back at you so that you can start having a 2-way conversation and start building rapport. And almost, Chris, you took the words out of my mouth. If you don't ask for the business, you do not get it. All right, so tip number 5 is photos. Now, if I had $1 for every time I asked a tradesman to get their phone out and take a photo of themselves, I'd have a few more dollars in my pocket. Let's put it that way. So I wanted to show you how photos could be used. Okay, so this is Silverwater Plumbing, and you can see on the very front of Karam's website, there is a brilliant photo of them all dressed up, suited up, and ready to take business. Now, this kind of photo with the trucks and everything in the background, very quick to put together. Literally, if you're on lunch break right now and the truck is somewhat clean and you're suited up because you should be, you're a professional, then you can very quickly get a photo going. I mean, these new iPhones, it's insane how amazing the photos come out. So you might even just get an iPhone out. You don't need high-tech camera equipment, but of course a quick photo shoot is also very handy because it just shows you, it shows who you are. I love to get real photos of you guys are tradies into the websites. Obviously, no one wants to see any more stock photos. I mean, they're obvious that they're fake. But what you can also do is you can use those photos inside your email signatures. You can use the photos inside your Instagram and your Facebook posts. And of course, you can use them inside the website. So there's a big one on the Silverwater Plumbing page. And then there's also Dane here on the Gold Coast page. So he's kind of showing you like, hey, like, do you want to get booked in? And then there's the form to get you booked in. Even like, can you see his face is kind of facing the form? So as you look at him, it's almost like his eyes are then pointing you back to the form. That's a very advertising trick there. So get photo, I know it's scary, but you've got to take photos of yourself. Here's another one. So Frank, again, really cheery, good smile in front of the van. There's not even any signage on the van right there. Like we've sort of ironed it all out. But again, really welcoming for a customer to see that this is the guy that's going to turn up to my home. I feel confident. And then also along with his face, ex-TAFE teacher, all types of electrical work, lifetime workmanship, like just quick little facts right there next to Frank. So that's a good one. So more photos, guys. Let's have a drink. So get behind the camera more often. So that is 5 tips, right? Now I've got one extra for you, of course. Wait, there's more. FAQs, frequently asked questions. So tip number 6 or bonus number 6 is anytime you're in a sales process and you're getting questions asked, like, oh, do I get this with it? Or do I get that with it? Do I get this with it? Those questions are all perfect to go into your frequently asked questions. You want to remove any doubt, any layers of doubt that the customer might have as quickly as possible, because you don't want them to carry one, question that hasn't been answered in your marketing and then they don't book you because someone else answered it. So anytime you are engaging in a conversation with a customer and you've got some questions coming up, write them down, keep them, and put them on your frequently asked questions page on your website. But even in your contracts, like this sort of stuff can go into your contracts. All right, let's run through the 5. Okay, so first things first, before I do, remember that marketing is 80%. I'm trying to make sure this matches. Marketing is 80% of everything that you do. Sales is a tiny slither. Sales is literally, do you want to work with me? That is it. Yes, are you happy to go ahead with this quote? Yes, would you like an inspection? Like that is sales. Marketing is all the other stuff that puts you in front. And like I said in the first slide, if you are having price negotiations that are getting you down and you feel like you're being grinded down, then your job is to work harder on your marketing. Well, not work harder, but show more of your business via marketing and via these steps. Show them that you're a real person. Show them that you've got really good feedback, because these are the things that are then going to sit inside that person's brain and hopefully help you convert and get to that sales conversation. All right, so Point number 1 was apply. So make customers apply to your business. So get an apply page on your website and push all your customers to that one page. That's where you want to lock them down. Gabby, I've just seen your comment. Love the recommendation of using photos. It definitely makes, yeah, exactly. It makes you feel better that someone's coming into your house. Okay. Point number 2, automations. So think about it. Every time that you do something twice, then you should be thinking about how you can automate that piece. So automations is going to set you free as a business owner, and it's going to give you back time to do the things that actually make you money, not the things that are, every day sort of slowing you down. Feedback sells. It is worth chasing feedback. Feedback helps, not convince is the wrong word, but it helps show the next customer that you've had a great proven track record and you've got great feedback and you should take me on because I'm the right person for the business. Now, I think there might have been something that came up about negative feedback or 1-star reviews, 2-star reviews. If you aren't in control of your feedback and if you aren't constantly driving good 5-star reviews to your business, doing good work and then asking for a review and then getting a review, a 5-star review, if that's not part of your sales process, and then all of a sudden someone really, tipped off, angry, comes and wants to leave you a 1-star review, and then you've only got one 1-star review, that can really get you down. And if you've got no other reviews to sort of encapsulate it, I guess, then that one person's bad day has an effect on your business in a negative way. So it's really important to leave reviews. I mean, when you go to a restaurant and you haven't been there before and you want to see if the food's any good, what do? Did you ask the lady at the front, go, oh, hi, is the food in here any good? Of course she's going to say yes. I mean, she should if she's a good employee. But you probably go on Google and you look at, reviews, like, oh, how many reviews is this, Thai restaurant got, Italian restaurant? How many reviews? Oh, the bolognese is really good. Oh, okay, I'll try the bolognese. You probably look at your Facebook and see, oh, how many reviews has this, company got? So reviews are really important for business. Number 4, ask. Like Chris said, ask and you shall receive. So if you don't ask for the business, how do they know that you even want to work with them? Some people are shy, yeah? So ask for the business. Would you like how many asks can you put on your website? Would you like me to come and inspect or quote your project? Are you after, do you need 24/7 assistance? Would you like to have a chat? Would you like to start here? The best way to get in touch with us is this. Do you want us to come out and quote this way? Think of your everyday language that you're using inside your sales process and put that on the website. It doesn't have to be written by some crazy copywriting person. Your language is perfect because it's what you're doing and it's the essence of your business. So make sure you think about in a sales process how you ask for the business. Would you like me to fix this now for you? That's a great ask to put on your website. Number 5 was photos, of course. Okay, so make sure you put some time in to get some photos of yourself. Okay, my quick facts to wrap up this broadcast is number 1, it's never about price. I know, I couldn't afford you. Oh, it's not the right price. It's never about price. You need to do your marketing and get your marketing in front of the price negotiation. Price is actually not even relevant when you're the right person for the job and the customer is the right customer for exactly what you do. When they have the problem that you solve and you can solve it the best, then of course, doesn't matter what the price is because you're going to fix that problem. Think about yourself as a specialist. How many opportunities are you leaving on the table? I don't know. How many opportunities are you leaving on the table? When's the last time you asked someone, hey, can we do business together? Hey, would you like an inspection? Hey, would you like a quote? And my last point here is, when will you get started? It's so good to have some information, but when are you going to get started? When are you actually going to action this stuff? You can study all your life and sit on the side, but the faster you get in and take some action, the better. Now, of course, I am running an event on the 20th of August coming up, and anyone that uses the Advice2Go promo code will save $50. So I'm going to leave that inside the comments. Let's jump back up so I can show you where the download is. So if you want to grab all these facts, you can quickly download it. I'll just jump across to the comments before I jump out because it's already been half an hour. Holy cow. So Gabby said, love the recommendation of using photos. It definitely makes me feel better knowing who is coming into my home. Yeah, totally. Aaron Holland says, do widgets cost money? Yes, possibly. So again, if you just simply Google review widget, you will see a bunch of WordPress widgets come up that you can then apply into your WordPress website. There's probably a fee. I know for ourselves, I think we pay a lump sum and then we have like 100 or something keys and we just release them to our clients. So I'm not sure on the price, but just Google, do some Googling, do some googly gooing. James Wilson, some great tips. Thanks. No worries, James. Chris, no worries. Thank you. And Sylvie, thank you. This was awesome. Well, I think that is it for the questions. So thank you so much for engaging, hitting the like button and the love. I got some love hearts, which is making me feel all warm and gooey inside. If you do want all these tips in your inbox, then go to tradiesgo.com.au/5things and the freebie is yours. You can hand it to your existing web developer. I'm sure they will love it. Or you can give it to your partner who is currently building your website, and it'll give them some ideas to, how do we put content together? What am I missing? Hey, start here. These are 5 great tips that we should try and accomplish this quarter. Even if just this quarter you took tip number 5 and you just got some more photos of yourself. Seriously, photos of you in the wild doing what you do. That's what people want to see. Okay, well, if that is all, I will hit finish and I will see you next time. Adios. Bye.